Shalom, halalyam, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom, meaning peace. May that be into the elect of the nation of Israel. We're in Psalm chapter 17, verse 13. This is a Psalm of David that initially was speaking, or King David, that was initially speaking on King Saul. Right, King David at one point was king. King Saul was at one point king. Now Saul was wicked. He wasn't of the wicked. He wasn't of the nation of the wicked. But he was being the adversary, right, to David. He was behaving like unto an E. He was behaving like you'd expect E to. So now we apply it today to E, right? If you don't know who E is, read Genesis 25:25, read Genesis 27, verse 39 on down. Who was blessed with that sword. Even Apostle Paul said about the ministry of the Most High. Well, E is a ministry of the Most High. He beareth not the sword in vain. He was set up in power as a judgment, as a chastisement. So our number one adversary in this world is our flesh, because if we didn't go off, the other nations won't be able to creep up in rulership or have preeminence over us, because we were ultimately meant to have that rulership. Like Ezra said, how long yet shall this endure, that these heathen that were made for our sakes will rule and reign and become lords over us? Well, the answer to that is until the end, until Yahawashi returns to take down this man's kingdom, right? Because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, so I said the word there, but at one point the YouTube algorithm classed it as a swear word, especially when you said, go to Genesis 36:1 and see these are the generations of E. Who is E? That second one, if you say that with ITE on the end, it considered it a swear word. So we know they're not slick with it. All right, they're not slick. We have to use wise as serpent, harmless as dove tactics. So Psalm 17 and verse 13, arise, O Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay, so right now, who is the sword? Who is the chief ruler on earth? All right, and you'll identify it. If not where and who is he? All right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth over, as it say, let me get it so I don't butcher it. Covereth. Right, Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the face of the judges thereof. If not where and who is he? So who is it? If he is not the wicked, right, who is it? Because it is not the Arabs. Right, maybe they're doing their own lot of wickedness, but they're not more wicked than this devil. You cannot say that. Even Hebrew E, which I like to make reference to this, we had a debate a couple of years back, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4, no, probably 2 or 3 years ago, we had a debate. He's now got his congregation, the Hebrew Elevation, which I believe is sincere. He's a good teacher, but is he teaching the truth? No, he's not. And he was saying, well, no, the Arabs are the true E's, right? The true, that so-called swear word there. But what did he end up saying? He said, well, the worst of the heathen, I'd have to say it's the so-called white man. That's what he said, right? He said they would be the worst of the heathen. And he said they were more proud than the Arabs. So even when you're trying to debate on how it's not, you have to concede certain things because it's undeniable, right? But that is the wicked. That is the seed line, pursuant to Malachi, that the Lord hath indignation against forever, right? And we're not going off to mention this. He's a key point, a key figure in prophecy. If you go to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it'll tell you the nation against whom the Lord promised no mercy, right, in judgment, in the end times. The scene of great future judgment. I think it says about Bozrah as well, which is a chief city of E, which today that would be Babylon the Great. That's his chief dwelling place. So it says, arise, O Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand. So the Lord uses men. You'll be thinking, well, this man has just gone against the Lord. He's done against his decree. He might have gone against the Lord's law, right? What the Lord ordained as a perfect law, but it doesn't mean they've gone against his perfect decree, right? The Lord's controlling all these people, all these demonic spirits that encapsulate bodies, right? And everyone that's striving for the good masteries, right? The Lord's controlling all, good and evilly created, right? It's not like anyone can go against the Lord's purpose. That doesn't mean he's not right to judge him. He absolutely is. You know, he has that rulership and that right. Verse 14, from men which are thy hand, O Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, from men of the world which have their portion in this life. Again, that's what we need to we need to avoid. If you get your portion in this life, you have your consolation, as Yahawashi said. Right, woe unto you that are rich. He even says that it's easier for a camel to enter into the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. Now the response is, with men this is impossible, with the Most High Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi all things are possible. It's not to say it's an impossibility, but you know, that was said for a reason. We're not trying to build up and have a Hebrew Israelite empire on this side. You know, we're trying to build up. How do we build up? By teaching, preaching and teaching, gathering the elect. You know, Lord willing, we even be of the elect. Apostle Paul spoke of how it would be, you know, he keeps under his body, brings it into subjection, lest after he's preached to others, you know, and brought them to the truth, him himself should be a castaway. And that's the mindset we should have. We should never get comfortable. We should never feel like we've made it. We haven't made it. You know, you have to give diligence to make your calling and election sure. And until the end, you know, we don't know. So we have to keep pushing, man, irrespective of, you know, how we feel. Oh, well, I've got a good track record. That doesn't matter. The Lord doesn't need us. We need the Lord. Right? We're not doing it. Ultimately, we're doing it to secure our salvation. You know, the Lord can give that to anybody. He will give it to his elect. He won't violate that because that's his word. But hypothetically, the Lord could give it to any Israelite. Okay, so verse 14 once more. From men which are thy hand, O Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure, they are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Verse 15, as for me, I'll behold thy face in righteousness, I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. You know, so we should take that same mindset. You know, not doing too much. You know, just being appreciating what we have. This is Proverbs 13:7. Two things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. All right, so keeping integrity. Vanity being worthless stuff. Let's go into them words. We need to prioritize, especially in these times. You're seeing the signs of famine, of mass death, of persecution. Like it says in 2 Peter, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, with the heavens being on fire. So it tells you what's coming. So we need to prioritize, man. So vanity and lies, the word for vanity is the word shawa'ah. It says emptiness, vain, falsehood, emptiness, nothingness, vanity, emptiness of speech, lying, worthlessness of conduct. And that's all this world is filled with. You know, bare entertainment. There's nothing wrong with watching entertainment. All right, you want to watch a movie with your girl, cool. You know, but is that when you were meant to go to camp? Is that when you were meant to do a video? Right? Is that impeding or impacting on the ministry? It talks about those that have wives, be as though they had none. Right? So it shouldn't impact on your duties. Right? You have to be careful of that. Vanity, the word lies here is the word kazab. Kazab, it says a lie, untruth, falsehood, deceptive thing. Again, this world is full of that shit. Right? There's more lies out here than there is truth. Right? Tell me that's a lie. It talks in the scriptures. Christians will read the scriptures and they won't apply it. Right? So they'll say, yeah, broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. But, you know, straight and narrow, meaning difficult, is the way to life. You know, and they'll go on like all these Christians, they won't rebuke anyone. They're on point. Everyone's on point. Everyone's on point. You know, these worldly people, demonic, you know, that movement that they're pushing. Yeah, it's fine. You know, so you read the scriptures, but you don't believe it. That's a title. That's a title for a video. You know, you could go into all the scriptures that people go through and read, but they don't even believe it or apply it. Right, so it says, remove far from me vanity and lies, give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient with me. And it's going to explain why you wouldn't want poverty and why you wouldn't want riches. Verse 9, so this is riches. Lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahawah? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God in vain. Okay, so if you're too full, you're not looking for the Lord. You're looking to live it up. Live it up, live it up. Okay? Or if you have poverty, you're too focused on that. You're too focused on, well, where's my next meal coming? And you can make haste in the time of trouble. So we just want the simple things, man. We're not looking for a 3,000 acre mansion. Not on this side, at least. We have to get shame. We have to get persecution on this side. And then we get, glory. We need to suffer as Yahawashi suffered, man. Luke chapter 6 and verse 20. It said, and he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of the Most High, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. That's what it says in James 2 and 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, to be heirs of the kingdom? All right, paraphrasing that. Verse 21, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. So them that are in affliction, that are going through, catching hell, and the hell that we're gonna catch is gonna be more than just your family, being distasteful or being disrespectful, or making jokes about you. More than, it's gonna get severe. If you think this persecution is heavy, we've got another thing coming, quite literally. And blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. And we should be crying unto the Lord, sighing and crying unto Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, and being sincere with it. Verse 22, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, when they shall separate you from their company and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. That's a blessing. People in this world, oh no, you got to agree, get along to get along. If someone doesn't agree, I'd much rather, all right, cool, disagree. You don't have to pussyfoot around it. Let it be what it is. And again, that's a blessing. If they want to cast you out, your name is evil. Talk shit, as Jake would say. They want to talk shit on your name for the sake of Yahawashi. Right, as I was saying, they want to talk shit on your name for the sake of Yahawashi. That's a blessing. And you should rejoice, count yourself worthy, to suffer reproach for the name of Yahawashi. Verse 23, it said, rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. It talks about you when, it's verse 26. It says, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. That doesn't mean you have to go about your life being an ass, trying to piss people off, that they will, have a sour taste in their mouth, so to speak. You deal cordially. Like it says the scriptures say, Apostle Paul spoke on being at peace with all men if possible. As much as life in you, live peaceably with all men. But there's some people that are impossible to live peaceably amongst. There's that. That's why it says, if it be at all possible. But it doesn't mean you have to go around, pissing people off. But the light that you've got, if you're doing the right thing, it's gonna naturally piss some people off. And enjoy that. All men shouldn't be speaking well of you. If you are doing the right thing by the Lord, it's gonna frustrate, it's gonna ruffle some feathers. And there's nothing wrong with that. It may feel uncomfortable, well, you got to man up. Okay, because this is our lot. Right, verse 24 now. I'm skipping about a bit just to get into verse 26, but back up 24 now. But woe unto you that are rich, for you've received your consolation. So see, what are you chasing? Are you chasing the bag or are you chasing the kingdom? Of course, times are tough. I'm not saying you shouldn't be working. You absolutely should. It talks about providing for your house. But you have to put things in proper perspective, in proper order. Again, not letting things impact on the most important thing, which is what Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, which is this ministry, which is pushing out this word, which is staying true to the faith. What does it gain for a man to gain the whole world? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Absolutely nothing. Right? You'll gain probably a painful death, you know, and you'll be back in the kingdom. Okay, but that's about it. Verse 25, it says, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. So we shouldn't be in the time of mourn. Sorry, we should absolutely be in the time of mourning. We shouldn't be in the time of mirth, is what I meant to say. Please excuse me. Right, Ecclesiastes, and I'll probably end it here, just for the battery purposes, excuse. So Ecclesiasticus, my apologies, Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 2, says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. So it's better to be in a solemn spirit in this time than to be mirthed up. What have we got to be happy for? What has Jake really got to party and bullshit for, except a distraction from reality? Okay? So, consider, I pray it's been edifying, exhorting. Next video, Lord willing. Now I thank halalyam la Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Shalom.